here on Spencer Creek for the first day of helicopter wood placement. And this large wood will immediately start to provide benefits to the stream, including direct habitat for fish and insects, but also some sediment sorting, some hydraulic forcing for erosional and depositional processes to promote suitable fish passage conditions from the main stem up through these restored reaches into the reaches of tributary upstream of the former reservoir footprints where that high quality habitat already exists and is just waiting for those fish to return. Spencer Creek is just one of 5 priority tributaries on the Lower Klamath project. The other tributaries include Beaver Creek in the Copco Reservoir footprint, Jenny Creek, Camp Creek, and Scotch Creek, all in the former Iron Gate Reservoir footprint. A more intense or more hands-on approach to restoration was chosen for these priority restoration tributaries based on the cold water perennial flow that they provide throughout the year that benefits fish life cycles, and the availability of upstream habitat for the fish that this project is meant to benefit: salmon, steelhead, Pacific lamprey.
All right, day 3, Camp Creek here. Past 2 days went great. Hoping to get finished up today. We're gonna put about 55 logs out here in Camp Creek.
Okay, coming at you.
Here we go, game time.
Yep.
One of the key components of many of the tributaries that are considered good salmon rivers or salmon streams in the Pacific Northwest is large wood. There's all these geomorphic processes that contribute wood to streams in a natural setting. Clearly, building a reservoir takes away that natural process, but once that wood cycle is disrupted, it takes some time to recover. What I'm talking about is the cycle of a tree seed growing into a mature tree that then for one reason or another falls into a stream. That tree then being in the water, available and useful as habitat to bugs and the fish that eat the bugs and the juvenile fish that like to get back into branches and hold there for cover. That tree persists there until 1, it either decays, or 2, a large flood event comes through and moves it out of the system. So the process of loading wood into streams is just an effort to get that stream to a point where it can support a healthy fish population, a healthy bug population, beneficial water quality faster.
So
we're at 21.
Do we do like 4 slash piles maybe in here, and do we put one up top by the head cut? Yeah, let's put some slash up there.
Large wood placement will take place in 2 phases. Phase 1 is underway, and then as we go in next year to do our hands-on kind of constructed restoration efforts on those same tributaries, we may replace some of that wood, reconfigure its location or its orientation.
Wad downstream, then wad and up this way.
While at the same time we're bringing in more wood, we'll grab that wood and place it in all the locations where we know it will provide the most benefit to fish. And then throughout the next 5 to 10 years, as our tenure evolves on the project, into the future where the trees that are placed now will and are expected to decay over time, while at the same time the vegetation that we're planting and the vegetation even that's coming up on its own in those streamside riparian corridors replace the erosion protection and immediate habitat benefit of that large wood. Right now, the salmon in the Klamath River are up against a wall. They've been just beat down for the past 100+ years. And so there's not a whole lot of time left to provide high quality habitat for that recovery of that species. Placing this wood is just the first step in recovering in-stream habitat for Klamath River salmon. Like the old adage goes, if you build it, they will come. There's no doubt in my mind that we have built it and they are on their way back. Past those dam footprints to these tributaries in places they haven't been for over 100 years. There's a red. There's a red. There's a salmon under a log. How cool. How cool. Here we are, about a month out from final full dam removal, and fish that look just about as good as you could hope for are actively spawning and have been for 2 weeks up here in Spencer Creek. Of course, we all felt this was going to be a spot that salmon we're gonna find eventually, but for it to be this soon is pretty incredible. As we've been standing here, I hear osprey calling in the background. I'm sure osprey would love to eat some of these salmon, but these salmon have these trees to get underneath of. You know, the benefit is not just the sorting of sediment, the promotion of hydraulic forces that will deepen these channels over time. They provide cover. They provide cover for these fish as they're moving up through the system, and they will 100% provide cover for the juveniles that emerge from these reds in a few months. One important thing to keep in mind is this is not intended to be the final condition of this tributary. This is just the start of its recovery. But times like this are an opportunity to reflect on what's actually needed to promote restoration and recovery of a waterway and of species. There is something to be said of just getting out of the way. But having done this long enough, that's not always an option. And so on this project, we're taking a range of measures to promote the recovery of habitat that will assist in the recovery of salmon and steelhead and other anadromous fish. Here at Spencer Creek, we placed wood. And there is a high probability that if given a year or 2 or 3 and the right hydrologic conditions from snowpack and rainfall in the upper watershed of Spencer Creek, that a channel would form that's a little deeper in the middle and a little narrower, and these fish that are right now skinning up on their bellies with their backs exposed, we wouldn't see that after a few years. And maybe that'll be the case. If that doesn't happen, we'll come out here and we'll help that process along its way by taking a little bit of that sediment out the middle of the channel and moving it up to the margin and creating a little bit of a deeper flow path. We'll help promote the recovery of that process, but we don't recover the process. We help promote the recovery of the process. These trees have started the process. The fish are already using it. And over the months, if we need to, pardon the pun, dig in a little bit to help the stream and help this channel recovery process along, we'll be here to do it. No salmon has actively spawned in Spencer Creek for over 100 years. Yet here we are. We're watching the recovery of the Klamath River in real time.